There's a reason you can scroll for 45 minutes, but struggle to focus for 15. We live in the first generation in human history where stimulation is unlimited. Notifications, short videos, music, gaming, sugar. Every minute, something is fighting for your attention. And here's the problem, your brain didn't evolve for this. Every time you feel bored, it's not boredom, it's dopamine withdrawal. Neuroscience shows that dopamine is deeply involved in motivation and reward processing. Research published through the National Institutes of Health explains that dopamine drives anticipation and reward-seeking behavior, not just pleasure. That means dopamine isn't about feeling good, it's about wanting more. And modern technology has figured that out. Social media platforms are engineered around variable reward systems, the same principle used in slot machines. Intermittent rewards create stronger behavioral reinforcement. That's behavioral psychology, not conspiracy. When your brain receives constant, unpredictable rewards, it adapts, and adaptation has a cost. Here's where it gets dangerous. The more stimulation you consume, the less normal life feels rewarding. Research on reward sensitivity shows that repeated high-intensity stimulation can reduce baseline dopamine responsiveness over time. In simple terms, regular activities start to feel dull, reading feels slow, studying feels exhausting, working toward long-term goals feels meaningless, not because you're weak, but because your brain has been trained to expect intensity. When your baseline shifts upward, discipline feels harder. Before we go deeper, subscribe, not for me, but for the version of you that's done being controlled by distractions. Collapse. You think you have an attention problem, but attention is a trained skill. Studies on multitasking and digital overload show that frequent task switching reduces sustained attention and cognitive performance. Research from cognitive psychology consistently finds that constant switching fragments working memory and reduces deep focus capacity. Every notification rewires your tolerance for depth. When you spend years in rapid consumption mode, your brain becomes optimized for novelty, not mastery, and mastery requires stillness. Discipline isn't about willpower. It's about impulse control. Research linking dopamine dysregulation and impulsivity shows that heightened reward sensitivity correlates with increased impulsive behavior. In other words, the more your brain chases quick rewards, the harder it becomes to delay gratification. And delayed gratification is one of the strongest predictors of long-term success. Longitudinal studies on self-control show correlations between impulse regulation and life outcomes, from academic performance to financial stability. So when overstimulation increases impulsivity, it quietly erodes your future. There's another effect, and it's subtle. Desensitization. When reward systems are repeatedly overstimulated, the response can diminish over time. This is well documented in addiction research. What once felt exciting becomes normal. What once felt normal becomes boring. And eventually, nothing feels meaningful unless it's extreme. This is how young men end up feeling numb, not depressed, not broken, just flat. Weakness today doesn't look like starvation. It looks like comfort. Unlimited food, unlimited entertainment, unlimited stimulation. Your nervous system never resets. Your mind never goes quiet. And without quiet, there is no clarity. Without clarity, there is no direction. Overstimulation doesn't just steal time, it steals depth. The solution isn't isolation, it's control. Research on neuroplasticity shows the brain adapts to repeated patterns of behavior. If overstimulation rewired you, discipline can rewire you back. Reduce novelty exposure, increase monotony tolerance, train sustained focus in small increments. Go for walks without headphones. Work in timed blocks without switching tasks. Limit variable reward inputs. When you lower the noise, your baseline resets, and suddenly, normal effort starts to feel rewarding again. You are not weak by nature, you are overstimulated by environment. There is a difference. One requires shame, the other requires strategy. If you want strength, build tolerance for boredom. If you want clarity, reduce noise. If you want power, reclaim your attention. Because in a world fighting for your focus, the men who learn to control their focus will always be the ones who build the future. Subscribe if you're ready to become one of them.